Hey, I'm Angie.
And I'm Ryan.
And we're
Lovespirals. And welcome to our last podcast of 2024.
Wow, crazy. You know, I think we've actually done pretty good since making that little pinky promise.
To be more regular, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really shooting for once a month, if at all possible, you guys.
Yeah, we're on it.
Yeah. So I guess happy holidays wishes are in order. And we're still kind of in the post-Christmas glow right now.
Yeah, as we film this today.
It was literally yesterday. We had a super low-key day.
Probably the most low-key, chillest Christmas ever for us.
Probably was.
Yeah.
Extremely low-key.
Just trying to recharge, discharge bad vibes, just get some good energy back in our lives.
Yeah. Things have been crazy, but, we're hoping that 2025 will be a little better.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Should be.
Yeah. So anyways, I want to thank everyone that maybe picked up a copy of the cover of Little Drummer Boy from Bandcamp, or added our song Happy Holidays, or Ryan's cover of Welcome Christmas to your Spotify playlist. I saw there was one playlist. It was called a spooky goth Christmas?
I think that was it, yeah.
By Spooky Vegan.
Well, thanks for adding us to that. It's totally awesome.
And she called it Creepmas, too.
Yes,
I thought that
love
was
it.
kind of cute.
It's funny how earlier, just today, we were talking about the goth day at Disneyland.
We were. We're like, well, how have neither of us ever been to, Bats Day at Disneyland?
Yeah, Bats Day. Bats Day at the Fun Park, it's called. I looked, and unfortunately it runs on weekends, and our annual passes, at least the level we have, don't allow us in on Sundays ever.
I would have totally lobbied for us to go.
Oh, totally. I wanted to go, too. All right, so the big news for this month is that our latest song, Used to Be, is out now.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So once again, I want to thank the people that bought Used to Be when it dropped on Bandcamp on November 22nd. That's really exciting. And for everyone that was streaming out on Spotify and adding it to playlists. There was some bad news, though.
Yeah, there was a delay, about 3 to 4 weeks of getting it onto Apple Music. We've been transitioning to a new streaming distributor, and we're having some issues just working it all out perfectly.
It's really been a nightmare.
Yeah, we'll see how long it takes us with our next releases for this to get worked out.
Yeah, I think the big thing was because it went on every service except for Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Apple was the one that kept rejecting the new release.
The way we submitted it, yeah.
Yeah, and then the communication has been pretty crazy because I guess a lot of music comes out at the end of the year.
So our distributor's overwhelmed.
They're overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So it was taking forever to hear back from them. And it was one thing after another they were mad about. But apparently Apple is now changing, they're updating the way they do things, and they really want credits to be done in a specific way.
Yeah. This wasn't what held us up, but unlike all other streaming services, now Apple now demands lyrics. They demand producer credits, songwriting credits, and lyrics is a problem because in old Lovespirals Downwards albums,
I know.
What's the Cocktail Twins?
I've tried my best to gather all the lyrics
what's
I can.
Dead Can Dance and Cocktail Twins supposed to do too? I think this is.
What about backward samples? What do you do then?
I think though this is for new releases going forward. They're not going to go enforce back catalog stuff. So anyway,
or anything that you want to change moving forward. So you could. It's a good thing that we already re-released.
Oh yeah, you're right.
For the most part.
For the most part, yeah.
For the most part, but now they're getting pissed off about the band name. They say this is the first time this has happened to us. They said you can't have a band name that sounds so similar to another band name.
Oh God! So
I don't know what's gonna happen to us, you guys.
Yeah.
That's why this release, I think on all platforms, it ended up getting changed to Lovespirals Downwards. Period.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even allow Lovespirals on the artwork.
Yeah. So
it's been a nightmare.
We'll figure out. We'll try to talk to our distributor after the holidays and see if we can figure out the best way to deal with this. I honestly
don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you guys can hear this song. We're so proud of this song. The more I hear it, the more I love it.
Yeah. It's such a nice a 3-song cycle that we did at the end of the year. Starting with Numenon in the summer, and Not Myself in the fall, and It Used to Be now in the winter time. Even though they got separated by seasons, I think they're just I said, a good 3-song EP or something like that if we had released it like that.
Yeah. Plus, we did have the drum and bass remix of
Numenon too, yeah.
There's still an instrumental remix mostly instrumental remix of Numenon that's only on Bandcamp right now.
Oh, the guitar focused remix, yeah.
But I really want to get on the streaming services, so I think I'll try to get that out
next year
for January.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's really sketchy what's going to happen now with with the band name and stuff. But
Everything's so complicated in our lives right now. It sucks.
I know. It's been so tough. That's why we just had the most low-key Christmas Eve and Christmas possible. So I was really glad you got that great Lakers game last night.
Yeah, that was awesome. Lakers and Warriors. Yeah, it made my Christmas. Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, and I like finally got around to watching this like 6-part Korean show called The Sound of Magic,
something like that.
It really hit me right here. It was exactly what I needed to see for this. Yeah, this weird Christmas holiday.
What we needed to do on Christmas Day.
Oh, I wanted to give a shout out to Big Sonic Heaven Radio for spinning. Used to be on their was it called New Music? The New Music Show, Dream Competition. Yeah,
awesome.
It does exactly what it says on the label. I love that.
Yes, thank you so much, and thanks to everyone who added our songs, all of our new songs, to your playlist. I noticed like they usually get added over 1,000 playlists on Spotify. Yeah. That's totally awesome.
Yeah, the ones that have been out a little longer are approaching 2,000.
Wow.
But yeah, the current one is at 493 or something like that. So it's just so great that the music is actually reaching people's ears. That's really the goal here. We make a song that we fall in love with, and we hope that you guys can hear it and maybe fall in love with it too.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's like, when we're working on a song here, it's very private, very personal. It's just something that belongs to us, and no one else has even got a whiff of it. It's such a private, personal thing, like I said, and to finally have your that thing that's just shared between only our brains going out to everyone else's, it's kind of mind-blowing.
It really is.
And speaking of used to be, I edited together a kind of quick music video. It's not like, like Numenon, like we made a more real video.
Yeah.
There was a little tiny bit of me playing guitar in this used to be video, but
that was a surprise.
Like just like kind of like Numenon, just like images, kind of like morphing and swirling around kind of thing. Yeah. So that is on YouTube, and if we can share a link to that, we'll post that here for you.
For sure. Actually, we'll put a little bit at the end of this video too. That'll be a cool way to close it out today. Actually, I want to give you props. I thought the video turned out so good. Like, you really did it in like an afternoon. Like, it just totally features his photography and his editing skills. And then you added in the lyrics for the first time, so it's kind of like a lyric video and a visualizer.
It was supposed to be a lyric video with cool visuals, and I figured, let me just play a little acoustic guitar on one of the parts. Like, why not? Why not?
I think it turned out.
I wasn't
great.
trying to feature me, but just it was kind of it's like blurry background looking visual acoustic guitar, so it fits with the whole visualizer.
I thought it turned out great.
I wasn't trying to take attention away from anything and put it on me or anything like that.
Fine.
And thanks for crediting my photography and videography and all that stuff. It's not like something I don't say I'm a photographer or anything like that, but I shoot some photos and know how to tweak video a little bit, so I like to play with it too, and put our music to it. It's cool. But we should make some more new music videos proper next year. We'll talk about that when the time comes.
Okay.
Speaking of next year, we have a lot of songs in the works right now, both brand new songs, and actually, strangely, something we've really never done before, especially really for Lovespirals. Like going into the Lovespirals catalog, if you will, our project files from Logic Pro, which we create songs in, our DAW. Anyway, remixing some songs from our kind of not too distant past, but anyway, that's something we're working on. I had an idea one night. I forgot what I was listening to out there in the living room. It gave me an idea to remix one of our songs from I won't say which album. Anyway.
You won't say what album?
I'll give him a little teaser. Life Goes On. One of my most favorite Moody songs from there. And then when I got close to finishing that up, you suggested another one.
Oh, yeah. I was
from Future Past.
Yeah. Because Future Past is like, wow. That came out so long ago.
I thought that was going to be it for the remixes. And we're both those are pretty much done. And there's a third one that we're working on right now from a song that we released about maybe 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I thought when I mixed it at the time, I could have done a better job. I just didn't have the right kind of like tools, both like software and just the skills yet to like do it properly. So now it's getting mixed properly. So we'll have those coming out. And then we have a whole bunch of songs that are like we've been working on over the past year that are kind of in various stages of completion. Yeah. We need to go reevaluate them. And plus I just want to make some brand new songs from scratch.
I do too. Yeah,
so,
I'm looking forward to that.
We got a lot of stuff going on. It's just so which is cool since we have so many things we're working on. I imagine 2025 kind of being like the latter half of this year where we're kind of regularly releasing songs.
Yeah,
on a periodic basis, like on a near monthly basis, hopefully. You know, which I earlier in a podcast this year said, no, I don't think we can do that, but what we have going on right now with what we have, you know, all our projects, I think we can do it.
I think we could too, as long as things don't get too crazy in our lives.
Yeah,
we're gonna try to keep putting music out regularly. You know, I had realized that it is the is it the 30th anniversary of Temporal, or wait? No. Okay, Temporal dropped in 2000.
Yeah. Lovespirals Downwards.
So Temporal. It's the 25th anniversary of Temporal this January.
Oh, wow. It was January. Okay.
It was January 1st is the date we have listed.
Okay.
You know, I don't know if that's just what it says on Apple or whatever. But yeah. So I actually that was another thing I was working on getting with the new distributor, because that artwork is like, it was such a terrible scan from CD Baby, like 300 by 300 or something. So like with one of these things going on with Apple right now, you're not supposed to put like featuring a person's name like in the song title. It has its own separate box, and there's a way that it works. So, you know, on Temporal, there's a couple songs where it says like, you know, featuring Kristen, featuring Jack. Yeah, so that's why I wanted to get that up now before they get even weirder. It's like starting January that Apple is going to start really.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. So, anyways, so I had all this back and forth with those guys, all this fighting,
with our distributor.
It's still not fully handled.
I thought you got it.
Well, right now there's two versions of Temporal up. One was put up by CD Baby, and one by these new guys. So they're supposed to be somehow melded together, and then I should be able to
take down the old one.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see how that works.
Yeah. So it is. I think the artwork looks a lot better right now. But anyways, when I got to thinking about it, I was like, man, it's almost like it's time for us to put out like a Temporal Volume 2 with like all the stuff that we've done over 25 years.
Yeah.
But I don't know. CDs are definitely not a thing. I heard that CDs died this year. I don't know if that's true. But as far as like a digital compilation, it might be fun to do.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I know CDs, kind of like vinyl, have made a little bit of a resurgence as of late, strangely. But that being said, I'm not sure if we're going to release any CDs 2025. Yeah,
certainly not a best of or whatever. But anyways, so I'm wondering, these songs that you're working on that we're working on, like, you know, bringing up to the current standards of Lovespirals done here.
Yeah.
Should they be like on a best of comp, or should they be singles?
I like what we're doing with singles, but you know, as we said before, once we have a whole bunch, we could like release them as a comp. But I like this kind of regular release thing instead of making people wait 2 years or whatever.
I know.
It's stupid.
Well, I was reading on the distributors, like, they have so much information on there. They're saying there's something called like waterfall, where you release a single and then you release another single, and then when the album comes out, like, they'll take those singles down, but you still remain all the plays and all the playlisting. So we might try the waterfall method just to see what, we're just trying to learn. Like, everything is so different with music these days. You have seen so much change in your career. It's insane. You know, speaking of how things have changed so much in your career and like how things are so different now, well, you know, I try to keep up with technology. Yeah. I've been trying to figure out what all this AI stuff is. And, you know, like, they talk about it so much, and, like, these things get rolled out. Like, I checked out that, what is it, Suno?
Yeah,
whatever.
You made a few songs.
I made a few songs on there. And, like, you know, we've both checked out the Chat GPT.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, silly. And then I heard about this thing called, like, Google LM Notebook, something like that. Or it could be Google Notebook LM.
Something like that.
Yeah, so it does some stuff like the ChatGPT, but it does a lot more. And the weirdest thing it does is it'll create.
This is great.
I know. It's called a deep dive. It's like an AI podcast where two AIs talk back and forth.
Yeah, sounds like a real couple of male and female voice chatting about Lovespirals Downwards, like they're very knowledgeable and everything.
I played some.
They speak very authoritatively and everything. It's a trip.
It is a trip, and they also like they don't exactly crack jokes, but like they'll giggle and they do all this weird stuff
to make it more human. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that little no sound just or something like that.
Sometimes, but sometimes it glitches, and sometimes it hallucinates.
Yeah,
like it will hallucinate song titles and lyrics and albums and even sometimes like influences. But anyway, so after a couple of tries, I realized that you have to give it good data, but still, I fed in like every interview that you'd ever done, like, because now they're pretty much all up on like lovespiralsdownwards.com. So I gave it links to all your interviews and some reviews and stuff like that, and it finally spit out a really good little conversation.
So can we share this with people?
Yeah, it's on there. It's on the Love Spirals Downwards YouTube channel, and people have been listening to it. Cool. And one guy was all like, whoa, so you're telling me this is all like AI robots? Yep. I'm like, yes, I am.
I will link it down in this video.
It's crazy.
Too, if you're watching on YouTube or somewhere where we can leave links.
Yeah. Also, I did put up a few more of the old archival episodes of the audio podcast
of Lovespirals here.
So you can find them all on like Spotify,
getting
and
closer
Apple Podcasts
and closer to getting them all in there.
Yeah, the one that was really exciting that I put up was the feature that we did for Long Way From Home.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's all up there now.
Our 2007 album.
Yeah. We're thinking about that album a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked about that last time.
Yeah, it's in the process of getting remastered, but there's no high priority on that. But
yeah, but one thing I noticed is that in the old audio podcasts, we would often read user email, like user comments.
Do you have one?
Yeah, I have one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
It's not an email, but it was a really nice review that they left on Bandcamp.
Oh, okay. Of Used to Be?
Of Used to Be.
Okay.
Yeah, it's short but sweet. So here it is from Luis Marquez. Absolutely stunning, ethereal, dreamy pop song. The lovely, sweet vocals from Anji and the angelic, dreamy guitars from Ryan are simply out of this world. Well done. Hearts.
Awesome.
Yeah. So anyways, I really want to thank you for
thank you. Yeah,
taking the time to write a review on there, because not that many people do.
Yeah, if you leave a review on Bandcamp, good chance we'll read it on an upcoming Chillin Spirals. Yeah, we would love it. We can use more reviews, so this is one way to incentivize you and motivate to write on.
Yeah, that's what we used to do on the old audio show. We would ask them to write reviews on because on iTunes it had personal reviews, but Apple doesn't. Yeah. So we'd ask them to leave reviews on there, and we'd ask them to leave reviews on Amazon.
So leave reviews. We'll find them. We'll read them.
Definitely.
You do your part, we'll do our part.
Absolutely.
We'll
give you a shout out.
and get our gratitude, even more importantly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Yes.
Yes.
So I think that probably does it. This seemed pretty long.
Yeah. Considering we didn't have any huge news other than we put out a brand new song a few weeks ago, and that's it. So check out Used to Be on all streaming music platforms now. We'll have a link to the YouTube video that I edited that we talked about for a little bit. Everything down in the show notes here. So 2025 should be a lot of Love Spirals for you, and we're excited to finish up what we're working on and get it out to you, because that's what we're all about.
That is what we're all about. Yeah, getting out new music, old music.
Yeah, just our music, our little babies.
Yeah.
So thanks everyone for listening or watching this podcast and our music and our videos and all the support that you guys have given us throughout all these great years. And how should we take them out?
Oh, let's take them out with a little bit of the Used to Be music video.
Oh yeah, let's do it. All right, bye guys.